Hello there, my name is Mr. Von Aw, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you learn some mathematics for whatever reason you have. Perhaps you're trying to get into a college, or maybe you're trying to pass your GED or your high set, or maybe just trying to get ready for that next math class, or maybe you just want to improve your math skills. Whatever it might be, I'm here to help. All right, so hey, we are going to be doing probably about a 4-part series on inequalities. Inequalities, all right? So we're going to learn how to solve and graph inequalities. We're going to learn how to translate word problems involving inequalities, all right? And learning how to solve those as well. All right, so some good stuff here. Stick around, and we're going to learn some mathematics. All right, so first of all, I just want to, by means of introduction, I want to help demonstrate why we need inequalities in the first place, right? Why are they important? All right, well, I hope to answer that question here in the next few minutes. All right, so I have a few different, English statements, if you will, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to translate these English statements into mathematical statements or algebraic statements, okay? And I think you'll see why it's important that we have inequalities. All right? So, for example, number one, George or Jorge needs $20 for the movies. All right? So if we were to translate that into a mathematical statement, what would we need? Well, first we need to define our variable. What's our variable? What's the object? What's the subject of the sentence? Jorge. All right, so he's our variable. So we're going to go ahead and use what? J for Jorge. So J, let's do it over here. So J, he needs, all right, so there's our variable, because that's our subject, right? Needs, that's our verb, therefore that's our equal sign, right? Usually the equal sign is going to be some kind of verb. So the Jorge needs what? $20. Does he need $21? Does he need 50? No, he needs exactly $20. Therefore, that's why we put an equal sign here. All right? So Jorge needs $20. There it is. Okay, but in life, oftentimes we don't need one particular amount, right? If I was inviting Jorge to the movies, I would say to Jorge, hey, Jorge, you need at least $20 for this movie, right? That would probably be a more realistic thing to say, right? Because I don't care if he brings $40. That's, if he wants to buy extra stuff, that's his business. Okay, so that's what number two said. Jorge needs at least $20 for the movies. All right, well, once again, Jorge is our variable, right? So we're going to go ahead and write him here. Needs, okay, now that was our equal sign, right? Okay, but here's a difference. Jorge needs at least. Okay, so that means Jorge could bring $20, right? But he could also bring $21. He could bring $22. He could bring $50. He could bring any amount of money that's greater than or equal to $20. Is that right? So instead of using an equal sign here, we need to write, well, Jorge can bring greater than $20, or he can bring equal to $20. Now let me show you why we use this symbol for greater than or equal to. I'm going to kind of make it blown up here. Okay? If I have, that's the symbol, right? if I cover that bottom part, I have greater than, correct? In other words, the big end is facing Jorge, right? He needs more than. Okay, but if I cover the top part of that, what do I get? I get an equal sign. So you put them together, you get greater than or equal to. All right? So that's the rationale behind that little symbol there. Okay? And by the way, if I went like this, that would be less than or equal to, right? Because the small end is facing the variable. Okay? All right, so Jorge needs more than or equal to $20. Okay? Now, what if I had a different situation? What if I said, you know, Jorge, if you're going to come to this movie, you're going to need more than $20. $20 isn't going to do it for you. Okay, you need more than $20. Well, that's this third one, right? Jorge needs more than 20. How would we write that as an algebraic statement? See, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure it out. All right, well, once again, our variable is Jorge. So we're going to put a J. All right, and he needs, okay, that's our verb. So it's either going to be an equal sign or an inequality sign. He needs more than. That means he's going to need more than. Okay, can you have, what if he brings $20? Jorge, you need more than $20. What if he only brings $20? Well, that's not enough, is it? So I'm not going to have a little line under here showing that the equal sign. Okay, he needs more than $20. All right? So you can kind of see why, in real life situations, why we might need more than just an equal sign. Equal signs are great, but we need something else. We need the inequality sign to show that something is greater than or less than or greater than or equal to, etc. All right, so one thing more I wanted to do with these, I wanted to graph each one of these just to show you what they would look like on the number line. All right, so if I have this first one, right? So if I have 0 here, and say I have 20 right there. All right, if Jorge needs $20, how am I going to graph that on the number line? Well, he needs exactly $20. There's no other solution. That's it. And notice it's a dark circle because 20 is the solution, right? It is the solution. So it's a filled-in circle. So it's kind of a boring graph, right? There's really nothing happening there. That's why we usually don't graph equations on a number line because it's kind of self-explanatory. However, when we're dealing with inequalities, it is helpful to graph on a number line. I'll show you why. Let's do number 2 here. So that's the number line. I like to put 0 just kind of as a reference. And then 20 is right here. Okay. Of course, we have all the numbers in between. Okay, so he needs more than or equal to $20. So he could bring $20, right? So I could go ahead, just like I did with that first equation, I could just fill that in like that, right? He could bring $20. However, he could bring more than $20 also. He could bring 21, 22, 23. He could bring $1 million. How am I going to show that on this number line? Surely I don't want to show all of those solutions, right? So here's what we do for shorthand in math. We simply start here at the 20 and we draw an arrow going to the right because he needs more than or equal to, right? If you think of more than, you're moving to the right on the number line. All right. So how about this last one? Jorge needs more than more than $20 for the movies. How would we draw that on the number line? All right, well, there's our 0. There's our 20. Okay, now in this case, $20 will not do the trick, right? In other words, $20 is not a solution to this inequality, right? Because if I put a 20 right here, 20 is not greater than 20. It's not. So 20 is not a solution. So here's what we do. Instead of putting a dark circle there, we put an open circle, right? Because if we put a dark circle there, it means that 20 is part of the solution. Okay, so we put an open circle there, but he needs more than $20, so that means we need to go to the right. All right? Okay, so that's showing that, hey, anything more than $20 is a solution. So 21 is fine, 22, 23, 24, those are all fine, but 20 is not fine. That's why it's open. All right, it's hollow. Okay, so that is, kind of a really quick little tutorial on why we need variables, or inequalities. In the notes that I have in the link below, I have some practice exercises that you can do with the answers. Check that out. See if you can do those. Okay, it's a really, really good practice. All right, so before we end this video, I wanted to give you kind of some definitions. All right, so let me do that right now. Let me give you some definitions. All right, first of all, these are our terms. Okay, so inequalities. Inequality. What's an inequality? Well, by definition, in means not, right? If it's incorrect, it's not correct. All right? If it's inconceivable, it's not conceivable. Okay, so in means not, and equality means equal. So literally, it means not equal. All right? So I'm going to just give you this definition here. An inequality is a number sentence that involving the following symbols. It could be greater than, it could be less than, it could be greater than or equal to, it could be less than or equal to. By the way, it could also be, you know what that symbol means? It means not equal to. Okay? So an inequality is just simply a number sentence that involves one of these inequality symbols. All right? So that's what an inequality is. All right, so how about a solution? What's the solution to an inequality? Inequality. The solution to an inequality is, you can do this in green, it is the value of the variable that makes the inequality true. That makes the inequality true. So for example, if I had 2 plus x is less than 4. What's the value of the variable that makes this inequality true? Well, you might say 2, right? Well, that's actually incorrect. Because 2 plus 2 is not less than 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So 2 is not a solution to this inequality. You see that? How about 1? 2 plus 1 is less than 4. Is that true? That's true. So 1 would be a solution to the inequality. I mean, I could put 1.9. That's a solution because 2 plus 1.9 is 3.9. And 3.9 is less than 4. All right? So that's all it is. It's a solution is just the value of the variable that makes this inequality true. All right? I hope this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to click on the link in the description box below. It has notes for you. And also subscribe to my channel and you get notified of all my future videos. All right? Until next time, my friends, may God richly bless you.